Hi everyone, my name is David Lee, and I'm presenting our course registration session today. So normally before this point, would have already given out specific information about your advisor for your certain program, as well as just kind of giving you any special considerations for that program. So we're gonna just jump over that because this is for everybody and really stick to the big things that we want you to know about registration, what we want you to know before you register for classes, and then how to register for classes. So stick with me and I will go through all this. First thing that we have is the advising syllabus. This is kind of our way of kind of setting expectations for both students and staff here at Pima. The advising syllabus breaks down into these three main areas: connect, continue, and complete. Connect, this is about connecting with your success network, connecting early and often. One of the big ways that you do that is connecting with your advisor, finding out who that is, and then making that connection with them, and then meeting with them maybe once a semester, once a year to make that academic plan that works for you. But it's also connecting with program directors, connecting with faculty, connecting with extracurriculars. People that are in extracurriculars tend to do better in classes and things like that. So yeah, just like get connected. That's the first step. After that is the continue. This is continuing to succeed in courses, continue to take responsibility, continue to make sure that you know what's up for your program, finding out those extra important things that kind of play into your specific program, knowing like what classes you need to graduate, things like that. You can get that information by talking to an advisor, talking to your faculty, but the big thing here is that it's also on the student to like make that extra connection and continue to make those connections throughout your career here as a student. Complete. This is all about the end of your time here. We're all going for that ultimate goal of graduation. We want to get you there. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need, and that if you're looking to transfer, that you have the tools that you need to make that a smooth transition, and then also start to look at career stuff, making those career connections, and really checking out My Career Link. Next up, we're talking about some important resources that you as a student will become very familiar with. These are some of the big ones that you'll use while you're here at Pima to learn more about your academic plan, make sure that you're taking the right courses, and connect with the people that are most important to your success as a student. The first one on here is My Pima. My Pima is kind of the student hub, it's the school virtual hub. This is where you'll register. This is where you'll check your financial aid. This is where you find a bunch of student resources. It's also where you get to things like D2L, which is how you'll interact with your classes virtually. I recommend highly spending some time here. You can also get to your email here, your Pima email. This is going to be a really great place for you to become very familiar with. The next one that I want to talk about is the college catalog. This is the like set in stone. The catalog is the courses that you should be taking for your program. So find out what your program is, and then find out where your college catalog is, and make sure that you know what courses you need to complete so that you can graduate on time. Pima, we also have semester pathways. This is very similar to the college catalog. This is a guide to help you set your classes up in a way that you're going to be able to move succinctly through them. So it might give you recommendations for that first semester and second and third and so on. So this can be a really good suggestion for as you're building out your first semester and further. You can also work with an academic advisor to really specialize your pathway with a thing we call an academic plan. Where can you find your academic plan? Is on My Degree Plan. This is a one-stop shop, essentially, of everything that you need to know for your program, and make sure that you're checking off all those boxes so that you can graduate. On here, we see this is someone going for an Associate's of Arts in Liberal Arts, and you can see that they have some program requirements that they still need to fill. As you fill classes and as you're taking classes, those boxes will go from red to blue to green as you start a class and are in progress with it, and then as you complete it to that green. Yeah, this is a good place to make sure that you're on the right track and you're taking things and that the classes you're taking are fitting into the right spots. If you have any questions about this, definitely check with your program advisor. That's something that you're going to hear from me a lot today is check with your program advisor. It's going to be really important that you make those connections. Next up, so just some general information about degree requirements and kind of how things break down. So we have the AJAC, Arizona General Education Curriculum. These 35 credits are built into most of our programs and are just general education courses that you need so that you can transfer. It makes it easy for you to transfer to any Arizona State University and have your general education credits complete, which is really helpful. It's completed with a lot of programs such as liberal arts and business. Some in health-related professions don't automatically have the AJAC built into it, but it can be something that you might want to get because it will help if you're interested in continuing to a bachelor's degree. There are CTE credits, career technical education credits. It is 15 credits of general education, and they apply to HRP applied science programs that I advise for. And then the big difference between core courses and support courses. Support courses are classes that maybe are recommended for your program or like you need them to graduate, but you can take them whenever it fits into your schedule versus core courses are going to be really specific to your program. So in health-related professions, we have, if you're, let's say, a respiratory care student, you have RTH classes. Those are your core courses that are going to go specifically into respiratory care versus support courses are like writing 101. You need writing 101 so that you can graduate and so that you have those writing skills, but it's not in that core curriculum. It is just a support course that you need to excel in the program. Some more just like general definitions for you to know are prerequisites versus co-requisites. Prerequisites are you need to have these classes complete before you can take the next class. So writing 101 is a prerequisite for writing 102. Yeah, that's a uncommon one that we see is you can't take writing 102 until you've completed writing 101. So that's what a prerequisite is versus a co-requisite is when you need to take a class with another class. So Math 092 is Math 092 LB is a co-requisite for Math 092. So you can't take one without the other. Yeah, and you'll see that when you're looking at the course information of if there are any prerequisites or course requisites or co-requisites that you need to finish or do at the same time for a course, and it won't let you in and won't let you register for the class until you've checked off all those boxes, essentially. So now we're getting more into the registration process. Here you can see an example of a first semester course guide. Some programs use this tool to make the first semester a little easier and straightforward for students. This is a 2-page document that you can actually download. I always put the link in the chat at this point. For dental hygiene, this one is for dental hygiene, but we have a bunch of them for each program. The first page is all about placement tests. You may need to take placement tests for math, reading, writing, depending on your program. And this helps you kind of identify those scores and what those mean for you. So let's say you placed into Math 092. If you go to the second page, you can see that there are 2 columns of courses that you can choose from. The left column actually has that class right there, Math 092. So that's saying that's the column for you. We kind of break it down by math, at least in health sciences, because math kind of guides everything that you'll be doing. So if you placed it in Math 092, you will want to follow that column. If you placed into a higher math, Math 142, you'll want to follow the column on the right. this is just a good way of knowing what classes to start with and kind of show you some of the general areas people start in. That one isn't better than the other. It's just a question of which classes are you prepared for now and how to get you through the program in the most effective way possible. If you placed into like a lower math or lower reading or higher math, etc., then one of these, talk to a program advisor and we can get you set up with the right courses for your first semester and onward. You might even have dual credits or something like that. Maybe you don't need to take Writing 101 because you've already completed something else. We can make adjustments for that, and that's where you'll want to talk to a program advisor. But yeah, this will be a helpful tool for that first semester. So more on class registration. Let's talk about how you search for courses and how you kind of break down all the different aspects of when you find a course and what does it all mean. So under number one, we've got CRNs. CRNs are class section numbers. So I'm going to continue using Writing 101 as an example. Writing 101 has a lot of sections, lots of CRNs that meet at different times, have different professors, have different methods of teaching. And because of that, we have different sections that make sure that you can know the exact one that you're looking for. So this CRN has a specific time, specific like run time of like August 19th to December 14th, and has a specific time that you need to be in class. That's the 8:15 to 9:30. So each CRN is connected to a specific meeting time and everything else. The CRN is the number that you will want to make note of because you can actually search for that later. So number two is the dates, the times, and all that stuff. Modalities. Number three, this is the method that your class is taught. There's a lot of these. There's in-person, there's virtual, online, and hybrid. In-person means that you'll have an actual physical class space where you'll have to go to class, be in a lecture, all that stuff. Hybrid is a mixture. Sometimes things will be virtual, sometimes things will be in person. It depends on the class. Sometimes lectures are virtual, but maybe you have an in-person lab or something like that. Virtual is all digital, all virtual, but you have a set time still that you need to be in class. So if this was a virtual class, you would still need to be on the computer at 8:15 for your lecture. And then there's online, which is completely open. Maybe there's weekly assignments that are due. Maybe there are like milestones that you may hit at a certain time, but you don't have a specific time that you have to be in lecture. You can make it more work around your schedule. Number four, we've got the status. This is pretty simple. Are there spaces available? Can you take this class? Is it available right now? This status is open. Most of the time, that's what you'll see. Sometimes it'll be closed. Maybe there was a change in the schedule and that class no longer is offered, but they still want to show that CRN on there just as like, hey, we had this up here, but now it's closed. 5 shows you the seats available. You'll see right now that it says 22 of 22 seats available. So this class is wide open. You can definitely get a spot. Once all those 22 spots are full, a wait list will open up, and you'll see that under seats it'll say 15 or 15 wait list seats available. That means that you're put onto an interested party list, essentially, of like, if someone drops their seat, can I have it before class starts? And then number 6 shows you if there's any special approvals. Sometimes our classes are for specific populations or for specific programs, things like that. You may need faculty approval to get into that. So if there's any special things there, you'll see that right there. And then prerequisites and co-requisites are under the info tab. That'll tell you if there's any classes that you need to take before or with this course. So like Writing 101, you need to have taken, I believe, Reading 091. That's an example. So now that we know how to search for classes and how that works a little bit, let's talk about how you get to the registration process. You found all your CRNs, you have a schedule kind of built in, maybe on paper, and now you're ready to register for things. You're going to want to go to My Pima, Students, Register, and Pay. And under the first big box, you'll see Register for Classes, and then you'll want to click on the link that says Register for Credit Classes. Once you click on that, it'll take you to this next right box where it says Register for Classes. Click on that, and then you'll want to select the semester. So the upcoming semester is fall 2021. So now I'm going to show you a video that kind of goes through all the things that we've explained and all the bones of it. And this is going to go through the actual process of this is how you use these tools. Yeah, so that's a very quick rundown of how to search for classes and then register for them. After you register, there are some things that you'll want to make sure are all good and all set. So you'll want to view your schedule on MyPima and begin the process of buying your books. So you go to MyPima students academics, and you'll see all the courses that you're taking there, as well as there's a book list on there, which is nice. Then you'll want to make sure you're meeting your tuition payment deadlines. If you're using financial aid, you'll want to go to MyPima Students Financial Aid to make sure that you're working on checking off all the boxes that you need so that you can pay for school that way. If you're using veteran benefits, you'll go MyPima Students Veterans, and they have a similar process. And if you're paying out of pocket, you'll want to go back to register and pay under students, and then go to My Account Manager. Always check your MyPima email because a lot of important information comes out of there. Ideally, it would be like a daily thing to check in, make sure that you're staying on top of your email, but I would say at least once a week. But more often is probably going to be necessary to keep up with important news that's coming in, as well as just the general information that's coming in for your classwork. And then there are video tutorials that you can find at this link here. Another thing to do while you're after you register is know what the big dates that are going to matter to you. When classes start, when can I drop? When's the last day I can drop a class, and when's the last day I can withdraw from class? Ideally, you won't need to use those things, but knowing that information is going to be beneficial so that you have the most information to make the best decision for you. Some important reminders are going to be their student responsibilities and advisor responsibilities. So under student responsibilities, it's important for you to know your college programs, deadlines, and policies. Those are things that are going to be really important for you. You're going to start. You're going to want to start doing some of this and like career and like school building values and goals. Like, what do you want out of this process? What do you? What's the most important thing for you? How do you? How does this get you to that goal? Keep a personal record of your progress. Keep your emails. That's a big one, and get a lot of things in writing. If you're speaking with a professor, use your Pima email address, and that way there's a clear line of communication. That's really important. Um, Come to advising appointments. I recommend one a semester. I think that's a good way to go. And come with those questions and like just being prepared. That's going to help that be a really developmental time and a really like helpful tool rather than just like scrambling to get a plan for next semester and then you're done. This way we can go into deeper stuff and really talk about like why do you want to do this career? What interests about you? What's going well? What's not going well? Yeah, because we like to go into the deeper stuff if we can. Enroll in courses that you and your advisor have on your 9-degree plan. Yeah, this is where that can kind of the continue part of the advising syllabus comes in. We're going to continue to do this and continue to check in and make sure that you're taking the right courses for you. And then accept responsibility for your academic planning decisions. So, you're an active member in this. This is essentially your job. Maybe it's a part-time job, maybe it's a full-time job, but your education is yours to do with. So we want you to just make the most out of it. On the advisor side, we've got some responsibilities too. We provide that academic support so that you can be successful in school. We communicate any curriculum requirements, deadlines, things like that. We want to make sure that you have that information. So if you have any questions about that, definitely reach out to us. We help you create an academic plan, help you make the right decisions so that you complete your academic plan in a timely manner that works best for you. Some of those strategies, those academic strategies and planning. We're here to support you on your academic journey. So if you're struggling with the class and you just don't know what to do next, maybe it's time to talk to an advisor and really hammer out some more study skills, time management, things like that. We can help you with that. We're here to listen. We're here to encourage. We want you to succeed. So definitely reach out. Last up, I want to talk about how you connect with your advisor. One of the easiest ways to connect with your advisor is going to be going through My Pima, the Academics tab, and then clicking on Pima Connect, and then you'll want to find your success now. This is going to show you who your program advisor is, as well as some other people on your team that want to see you do well. So this video is a little older, but it still has the general information that's going to be most important for you. So we're going to run through this so you can see how to get to Pima Connect and what it can do for you. Yeah, so Pima Connect is it's a really useful tool to connect with your advisor and your whole team that's here to support you. So definitely check that out and set up an appointment. We're happy to meet with you. And last but not least, which we always want to keep like the goal in mind. You're all here, you're starting your journey, but the ultimate goal is this graduation. We want you to have a good experience here. We want you to get the tools that you need so you can excel in the next step of your life. And we're here to support you in that. So always keep that little goal in mind of I'm here to graduate and here to do something great and do something helpful for myself. Yeah, so thank you so much for sticking with me through this whole video. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to a program advisor. Go to Pima Connect, check out some of the appointment times that are available. Yeah, and have a good rest of the day.